Eastbourne Herald, man dies in prison in the Philippines.
I'm not bitter about my brother's death. Michael Clark died in New Bilibid Prison on the 27th of May 2005.
My brother David lived in Stubbington at 17 Kestrel Close, where his daughter was born in 1997. She is now 14 years old and lives in the village. David had every reason to check out the village those years ago, as he was a lecturer at Fareham College and was aware young people's interests and what they get up to. David and I were both criminals in the 60s and got involved in drugs and crime. We were both sentenced to prison for malicious wounding and carrying a firearm without a license. David, however, had a bad trip on LSD and became a Christian and turned from crime to Christ overnight. But I was unaffected. He became a lecturer and Baptist minister, and I ended up in jail in the Philippines doing a 16-year prison sentence for a crime I never committed. David told me about the problems of the young people in Stubbington when he came to see and help me in 2001. There were problems that involved drugs, crime and other things. He came to the Philippines on a mission of help just after he had published his first book, Converted on LSD Trip, which he had written believing it would help those concerned about drugs, crime and real life's problems. He was concerned about the situation in Stubbington and bringing up his daughter there, so he sussed the place out as you do. In 2002, David found village life amongst the young people in the village. From 12-year upwards, the place weighed in the balance and was wanting. However, he did not ignore the problem and sought to do something about it. Thankfully, I too became a Christian in this prison in 2000 here in the Philippines, and we both wrote my stories in order to help others. It is my last will and testament that my story, along with that of David's, be published to the world, and that it is our testimony that there is no mileage in drugs, crime and stupidity. There is an alternative way, one which we now share in our books, Converted on LSD Trip and Trojan Warriors.